Hey, 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 what's going on with my beautiful people today? I hope you're shining bright, not letting anybody dim that light. My name is Trinity, and welcome to my channel, all about the healing. All right, ride and dive, mwah, mwah, mwah. New subscribers, mwah, mwah, mwah. Energy exchange, 10, 20, 100 fold right back at ya. What you sow, what you sow, what you sow on this channel, you shall reap, and that's 100. On the flip side, even without the makeup, looking good, smelling good, like I should, right? Can't stop, won't stop, and ain't gonna stop nothing up in here. That period. I shall prevail, right? It is so be it. Ashe Samo to be, right? We are honoring the signs of the collective. Bam! There it is, collective. All right, so yeah, y'all. I got out the bed. I got a download. Got out the bed and said, "Let me go ahead and film. Let me go on and put a video out." Now, this video is a piggyback off yesterday's video. I really felt like I knew I explained it. I knew I explained it and everything, but God, it's like God gave. It's like he wasn't finished, or it's like I explained it, but I feel like, or God has given me more. I need to elaborate on it. He gave me a scenario. He gave me more on it, more in depth into what's to come concerning you. If you are a chosen one, if you are indeed gonna have to go through the cycle, if you're gonna have to go through the cycle, if you're gonna have to go through what's to come, and you're not raptured up, you actually gonna have to go through it, because you're part of the process of holding down the earth, the vibration of the earth, while God or the spiritual realm handled their business. I did not look at the reading yesterday, so I really don't know what I said. So if I say something that I said yesterday, if I say it again, forgive me. Just know that if I say it again, God wanted it to come out again for someone. Okay? But this is let me start. Okay, so this is what God's been speaking to me about. It's like it's going back to wanting you to understand, wanting you to truly understand what is actually going on with you. It's like you're not paying it. Some of you not paying attention. So okay, just let me go off a little bit. Just a disclaimer. Yeah, I don't have any makeup on, well, except for this very little makeup on. I just literally got out the bed and came out here. So excuse my appearance, if that needs to be said. But, if somebody's wondering. But yeah, okay, so let's go back. Okay, so God is wanting you to understand, because some of you are not paying attention, and when you start to pay attention, it's never too late, but you're going to have to go through some things. So here I am trying to warn you. Here I am trying to get you to look and to pay attention. What Spirit is trying to say is that he gave me the analogy. I'm going to start with the analogy, the analogy that he gave, or the narrative that he gave me. He said, he showed me a zombie movie. Okay? You know, you watch the zombie movies, but he gave me a scenario, and it went like this. Like, the streets were riddled with zombies, and you per se were. It's two scenarios. You walking down the street. You got some that's walking down the street, and then you have some. Well, okay. The ones that's walking down the street, these zombies, all of a sudden, come and attack these people that's walking down the street. Now, the analogy is that it all happened all of a sudden. All of a sudden, it's like a blink of an eye. These people walking, minding their own business, just trying to get to work or trying to get to where they're going or trying to get. And then all of a sudden, you got a whole group of zombies that is coming for these unexpected people. These people, they took it off guard. They like, wow, what is going on? We in a real life zombie movie, right? This is what's on their face. They know what it is because we've seen it so many times, but it's like they in shock because this is real life, and it's taking them off guard. So they start to run and take cover or whatever. Then you have some that pull out their firearm and shoot to the head. You have some that have knives and weapons. They start to fight off these people with a strength that they never had, right? But they were taken off guard. So where they were, if they were paying attention, they would have foreseen this coming. They would have seen these zombies walking up, or they would have heard them, or it would have been something that would have in their senses that would have let them know danger. But they weren't paying attention. They were not using their five senses. They was just going on as business as usual. The zombies represent spiritually dead, soulless. The ones that were being attacked symbolizes the chosen ones, psychics, spiritualists, the ones that have a mission here on this earth. Okay? The second scenario, narrative is you have people that have been heeding the warning, that have been stocking up, getting a house prepared, locking a house down, getting ready for whatever. They don't know what's to come. They only listening to what God has, using their intuition and what God has told them to do, right? They house is in order, right? So then they're minding their own business, and they have um, some kind of storm, big storm brewing, some big, big thing happening that has never happened before. And after that, after this big thing happened and destroyed it, their home is still intact, right? And they're thinking that this storm, you know, that have just happened, that was this big thing, because a lot of things is destroyed. A lot of things are, not working. The power is out. Nothing is working like it should be working. Everything is out. But these people think that that's it, right? So they start the process of cleaning up and doing whatever they're doing, and they're not paying attention because they thinking that everything is over. But then 3 days of darkness comes. There's no light. There's no sunlight. It's 3 days of darkness that comes. So then these people are taken off guard because they didn't have, they okay because everything, they heed the warning. But now it's 3 days of darkness. Now they got to go fumble through the light and get everything, everything together. They got to fumble through, and they got to try to fix things and unbox things. And where if they had been paying attention, when the process starts, you need to be opening up boxes and getting things together, setting up things, getting your house. You have to have a plan. A plan that, hey, when this thing jump off, you do this, you do this, you do this. Let's go. When it start going, everybody, let's get it going. So whatever is to come, a storm may come, zombies may come, because there's so much out there. You don't know which way or what is going to happen. You just need to be prepared. And when I say prepare the long haul. It's so many different scenarios. It's that scenario. Being caught off guard. Yeah, you got everything you need. But because you can't see and because it's dark, you're going to have a hard time trying to set everything up. You're going to have a hard time trying to get in order. You're going to have to go through some things. So in that 3 days of darkness at that time, the scenario is that these zombies, these spiritually dead people are going to try to come in and try to come at you. They already know who you are because you are already on the list. They already know what you are because they can smell that is life. You are alive. Not only are you alive, you have a soul. You have light within you that's shining bright. That light don't dim. It's total darkness. So that light is going to shine regardless. It's going to even shine more through the light. So you have to understand these are just scenarios, right? Just scenarios. It's some truths to them, but who knows? We don't know the hour. We don't know what the circumstances is. It's in Revelations. 3 days of darkness, the plagues, the seals, all of that's in Revelation. A lot of stuff that's happened has happened in the Word. So, if you go and you do your research, you go on TikTok, it's a lot of stuff on TikTok. It's a lot of stuff that make you think. Everything don't have to be true. You have to look at it and get your truth out of it. That's why you have an intuition. That's why you have a crown. That's why you have a gift and you have a talent and an ability to see things for yourself. God didn't say you got to believe everything. God didn't say you got to take everything in. What God says is go do your research, go seek out, go see. Because I am in some of these people that's speaking, I am present, I am speaking. But it is up to you to discern what's for you. What you need to do, what part you need to take, what it is that God is saying to you. But, so I gave you the scenarios, okay? And if I were you, you need to go and you need to watch they call it apocalypse or movies and the zombie movies, because it is some truths in that. You need to watch them and get your truth and your discernment about what it is that God is trying to tell you about what is going on in that movie and what it is that you need to take away from that is a truth for you. That's also what he said. Okay. So, off of those scenarios, what he's saying is this, and what the download is this. The chosen ones, psychics, spiritualists, gurus, whatever you are, that you are named to help, and you have a mission to help humanity. The time is now for you to understand, okay? It's not for you to understand it. Yeah, you may be a part of the 144,000. However, it goes deeper than that. You need to understand that now is the time that you need to open up your eyes and see that things are no longer the same. Things are changing rapidly for the chosen one. The chosen one, the one that they have been watching, the one that they have been targeting, the one that they've been trying to trick, the one that they've been trying to sacrifice, the one that they've been siphoning their energy from, the one they've been stealing their gifts and life and light codes and different things from, the ones they've been stealing wealth and abundance from. Those are the ones I'm speaking about. Your life as you see it will never be the same. You will never be the same. This mission, the mission that you have signed an agreement with the Most High, is now. You are going through it's starting to be a separation. It's like I told you that, but it's like I'm feeling like I'm having a hard time getting my point across. It's like I'm speaking it, but I'm having a hard time getting to the core of what it is that God is trying to tell me to tell you. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my time. Okay? I'm going to take my time until I get it out. And I feel like you get it. And I feel like you got it. So I'm just going to talk, and then I'm going to let God step in. What I was trying to tell you yesterday I know that I spoke on it, but it's something in me that I didn't express and I didn't tell you, and it's like it needs to get out. I need to get it to you. And you're separate. You're set apart. I said all of that. But it's deeper than that. It's like the world is going to change and every eye is going to be on you. It's like the spiritually dead or the spiritually unalive people are going to wake up and realize that they are spiritually unalive. They are already unalive. And when they look at you and see that you still have a light, you still have something that they don't have, it's just like the zombie movie. You're going to be attacked by millions because it's only 144,000 of the chosen ones, and the rest shall perish. The rest is going to fall away. The rest is going to still be walking around, but until spirit come down, and it's going to you're actually going to watch a spiritual war in front. Actually see a spiritual war, because what I've been speaking about is the spiritual war in the background, but it's actually going to happen in real time. And when I told you that the spiritual war is happening behind you and you need to just stand your ground and you just need to stay out of it, it's the same thing. You're going to have to not be, your part is not to fight in or to be seen or heard at this time. Your part is to lock your house down. Your part is to not be seen, because to see you is to see your light. It's going to be total darkness. You're going to be easily seen. You're going to be smelt. You're going to be, because everything else is dark. Everything else has a scent of its own. Your scent is going to be very different. It's two different things. You're going to be very, very. It's just like a fluorescent light, a fluorescent light in darkness. That's what you are. That's what you will be. And you will have to survive. You will have to survive. You will have the same protection. However, it is rules that it's going to be rules that you're going to have to abide by to survive. You are not to fight these things. You're not to speak on these. You're not to interact. Okay. What are you saying? Are you saying when my family knock on the door, do I not answer? What do you do? When I say lock that house down, house need to be locked down. You got, let's just say we going with the flow with the 3 days of darkness. You got 3 days to lock your house down. There's no in and out. There's no knocking. There's no I see you in 3 days. You cannot allow to be tricked. This is the time you have withstand the tricks. But when we stick it to the 3 days of darkness, okay? So I can explain it, okay? So within this time and these 3 days of darkness, that means that they can the way I'm seeing it, the way I have seen it and researched it, they're gonna be able to be whoever they are. Darkness, dark. They don't have to hide, anything. They're gonna just be in their form, and they're gonna be in their form. They don't have to hide through their flesh. They're just gonna be who and whatever they are. Whatever that attachment is, they're gonna be able to take over and be able to do whatever they big and bad enough to do. You are going to have to lock it down. Lock your house, lock your spirit down. Do what you do. Cleanse your house, cleanse your spirit. Have everything prepared. And the time is now. The time is now that you need to have that plan in play. Because the analogy, if I can get you to understand. See, now I'm getting, well, if I'm already protected, what's the big deal? Yeah, you protected, but you have to follow the rules. There are rules that is going to be in play. You, the protected one, have to go behind the barrier. You have to set a boundary. You have to set your boundary around your house and place yourself inside of the boundary and not come out. You go outside the boundary, that gives them permission to come at you. You're not to place yourself in that predicament. You are to come out. You need to go inside of the boundary, out of sight, and allow God, the Most High God, because that's who is going to be orchestrating this 3 days of darkness. It's a 3 days of darkness. They think it's because of that, but it's also God himself that's going to be dealing with some things that he wants to deal with. And God, whatever you say, whatever you believe God to be to you, it is serious. But the thing about it is nothing to be afraid of, because the only thing that's happening, and I need to let you understand this, the only thing that is happening now is that it's happening in the physical, where you can see it. But just like you didn't have fear when it was happening in the background, you don't have to have any fear in the physical realm, because fear is what they run to. Fear is what they are attracted to. They're attracted to your fear. So if you start to fear, oh my God, this is, oh, what? No, you don't go into fear mode. You go into warrior mode. Okay, so this is happening. Okay, so God, that is what you need to do. And if you do get fearful, check yourself and tell yourself fear is an illusion. Whatever happens, storms, tornadoes, have a plan. Because at the end of the day, God is always in control. You have been forewarned, you have been forearmed to get yourself together. But I believe that God needs to get you to understand that what's to come is not to be feared. You have to have your eyes and your ears and have your senses on track, on fleet, so you can always know or feel or smell danger. You will always be on point about what is happening around you. And Spirit is saying that is what you need to always be from now on. Because Spirit is always going to give you that warning. But you have to pay attention. You have to pay attention to your surroundings. And you have to have different scenarios in your head and plans for whatever happens. You have a plan to protect you and your family. Because if you are one of the 144,000, you have a plan. You have a mission that you must survive. You must survive this. And God is trying to speak to you and get you some type of understanding and get your head. Because what's to come, if you do not have your head right, if you not get yourself together, you will be so scared that whatever plan, whatever it is that you got in play, you're going to be too scared to do anything. And you're going to waste a lot of time. So watch those movies. If you're a scary person and you don't like watching, watch them anyway. Because if you're a scary person, you really need to watch them. Because I'd rather you be scared now and get those movies in your spirit and get them while you watching them. What would I do? What would I do? What would I do? Oh, okay. Yeah. Desensitize yourself in seeing zombies. Desensitize yourself. What will you do if there's no food? What will you do if the world is compromised? What would you do if you don't have a way to escape? What would you do if this happened? These movies give you different scenarios of what could happen. And with those scenarios, what should you do? What do you need to do? What is in you? What is it screaming to you? What would you do? Watch the movies. Start watching the movies. And when you watch them, you'll see what I'm talking about. Because as you watch them, God's going to be screaming. They're going to be screaming, showing you. Screaming, trying to tell you, oh, okay. Wow. Oh, okay. Screaming at you, trying to get your attention, to pay attention to this, to pay attention to that, to do this, to do that. See that? See that? Or when you watch them, you may have watched the movies, or you might like zombie movies, and you watch them a lot. But then when you watch them again, you're going to have a whole nother different perspective on it. Because that's going to be God's. That's going to be God, your angels, your ancestors. That's going to be them trying to get you to see these movies in a different way. See how they speak to you. What it is that you need to understand about these scenarios. What is it that you need to see? What are we trying to show you? So whatever happens, you are prepared mentally because you've already seen a scenario like this. You've already seen this. It's like they're telling me that when you watch the movies, it's going to prepare your mind that if it does happen, if a scenario ever happened like that, it's like your mind is going to kick in to warrior mode, and then you're going to be able to know step by step what you would do, because in your mind, as you watching these movies, you are reliving these things as if what it is what you would do. You're taking away from those movies what it is that you would do, how you feel. And if that happens, if a scenario like that was to ever happen in real time, your mind will click. And instead of you going into fear and crying and moaning and groaning, your mind will click into warrior mode and immediately start kicking in gear to what you need to do to lock your house down, to protect your family, to protect yourself. And that is what God is talking about. And that is, I think that is what I'm trying to tell you, what God is trying to tell me to tell you. Is that what is coming is going to be like a movie. In some scenarios, it's going to be like a movie. In some scenarios, it's going to be something that you've never seen before. And it's going to be happening in real time. But you don't have time to get scared. You don't have time to cry and moan and groan. You're not going to have time. You're not going to have time for all of that. Because it is going to be you, the 144,000 against the world. You're going to have to hide who you are at this time. You're going to have to hide your house, just make your house reflect your house, to camouflage your house to be just like everybody else's house. It's not going to be like to the common person on the street. They be able to look at your house and see your light. You have to find ways that if that scenario like that was to happen, that you can immediately know how to camouflage and set that boundary around. Because if once you set your boundaries around and set your spiritual you do your spiritual and your physical. Once you do all of that, then God can do the rest. So that is what I'm talking about. And I think this time I might have gotten what I needed to get. Because I need you to understand that in the zombie movies, the people who are still alive is the 144,000. The other people are unalived. They're spiritually unalive. And they didn't understand that they were spiritually unalive. They were poisoned. Things were done to them. But the 144,000 is still in the land of the living. And that represents the chosen ones. So I need you to understand that being a chosen one now, it's not about just speaking out and getting the word out. Things are changing. It's now about survival. Because things are changing, and things are changing rapidly for us. They know who we are. But now it's the time to set those barriers around your house, spiritual barriers, and spiritual, start tapping into boundaries, setting your spiritual boundaries around your house and around your vehicles. And when you go out, special protection around yourself. Because now it's time to survive. We got to survive through what is getting ready to come, so we can from there be able to lift the vibration of earth after all of the chaos. That is what they've been trying to kill you for, trying to unalive you so you wouldn't be able to get to this point. So now you got to survive. You got to survive. And God is trying to warn you. It's everywhere. It's all on TikTok. If you watch the news and you discern, it's in the news. slightly in the news, but the news is nowhere near putting out all the information. You have to go on TikTok, or you have to go other means of news to find out what actually is happening in the rest of the world, because the media is not talking about a lot of stuff to make you aware. So you have to do your research, get on TikTok, put in news, so you can be able to see what actually is happening all around the world that you don't even know about. So with all of that being said, I need you to have your ears, your eyes, your nose, your smell, hear, your ears, taste, all of that. When you taste in your food and don't taste right, throw that mess away. Throw it away. Your taste buds are changing. Everything is changing about you. You need to pay attention. Things are not the way they seem. They are not the same. Things are changing. You are changing. Wake up. And I'm not talking about from the perspective of spirituality. I'm telling you to wake up to your surroundings and see what God is trying to show you. They're trying to show you stuff. They speaking to you, telling you what not to eat. They telling you what not to do. They telling you where not to go. You got to be listening right now, because there's some places that you don't need to go. And yes, you need to get out in nature. You need to get with Mother Gaia, but you also need to be careful where you go, what you do. You need to be very, very alert. Not trying to scare anybody, because what? You are the chosen one, right? But God is trying to get you to prepare you to get used to utilizing all of your senses. You got to start now. Don't start when something happened, then you want to try to use. You got to start now, because God is speaking to you now. You got to use all of your senses. You got to use everything you got, so you'll be able to discern everything that's going on around you. Not just your spiritual gifts, but your actual senses. We all got that gift of being able to hear, see, smell, touch, taste. We have that. Utilize that along with your gifts. Heighten that, so you are able to utilize. It's like a superpower. The more you use it, the more you trust it, the more something just don't taste right. Something just ain't right about this. I'm gonna throw this away. I keep hearing something. Something don't smell right. All of that is God trying to alert you to what is happening around you. Okay? I think that's it. You're more than set apart. This is more about you being set apart. It's deeper than that. It's deeper than that. It's about your survival. Now you must survive in the physical. The spiritual is about to come to the physical. And you're not to fight, but you're to survive and you're to protect. So if you need to get a firearm, if you need to get whatever you need to get, when somebody comes inside of your boundary and comes towards you, you need to go into warrior mode. Whatever warrior mode means for you. This is strictly a message that I need you to get before God, because it is a message for each one of the chosen ones that you need to get with God, as far as what it is that God is trying to tell you for your household, for your calling, for your mission, for your survival. Because things are no longer going to be the same. Things are changing, and they're changing big time with you in mind. Can I starve a chosen one? Can I starve them and make them turn over? What can I do to get them to turn over? You need to prepare yourself where you're not placed in that predicament. That you're not starving. And then you're fasting. That you don't have to have as much food. You got enough water. You have the thing. You have medicine if you need it. You have herbs if you need it. You have ways to make herbal tea. You have ways to filter your water. You have ways to do things naturally that you don't need nothing else. You can survive. This is going to be about surviving, being smart. Watch those movies. And also watch survival movies. Movies where people had to survive. Do your research on what you need. Simple little things that you may need that you can survive. One thing what is it called? Hold on one second. I wrote it down. Some kind of they called them, thought I wrote it down. Oh, life straws. Stuff like that. When you put the straw in the water, it's the straw in unfiltered water, it filters the water. Go look it up. Life straws is what they call. Vitamin C, vitamin D, herbs. Do your research on herbs. Castor packs or castor oil is a big one. Black seeds, black seed oils. You buy the black seeds, you can put the black seeds inside of virgin olive oil. Let them sit for 4 weeks. That's a medicine. Alcohol pads or alcohol. It's all kinds of stuff. But that's a few more things added to. Blankets. Right? So I'm going to go now. But I'm just trying to think, did I do everything? I think so. All right, so hit the comments, guys, because the comments let me know if you guys are receiving it. Let me know in the comments if you received this message. And also let me know in the comments if you received it, what did you receive about it? What is it about this message that made it click for you? I need to hear that because I need to understand, did I finish giving you what it is that you need, that you understand what I'm saying? Okay? All right, so hit the comments, hit the emojis, let a sister know you still working with me. Thank you guys for all of your emojis, all of your messages, all of that. Thank you. I really appreciate that. Thumbs up, thumbs down. Just thumbs the channel. It helps the sister out. Share, subscribe. It will behoove you to subscribe. Tap into me and I tap into you. That's what it's all about. Right now, God is really trying to put the messages out. I haven't really heard anybody putting any messages out like this. I don't know why God is having me tell, certain zombie movies and all this kind of stuff, but I'm going along with it, and I'm going to do it myself because I really truly believe and I have faith that everything that God is trying to tell me or tell me through you is for me as well. But say through me, it is for a reason. It has been tested and proven. When he says something, it is for a reason. And I feel it, and I feel it in my senses, and I know in my senses that something is coming. I don't know what is coming. I don't know how it's going to come. I don't know how deep it's going to be. But I need to follow instructions, and that is what I'm going to do. And I advise you to do the same. So, with that being said, subscribe. All right. The description box have all the information in it. I'm not doing any personal readings right now. And if you want to send a deck, it's in the description box. If you want to sow a seed, it's in the description box. If you want to join the social media, it's in the description box. Guys, give me a little minute to catch up on my social media again. I'm really been trying to get into the downloads and really get with God. So I haven't really been posting on my social media and really been doing a lot. But just, so just be patient with me a little bit, because I'm really trying to get the answers and get what God is trying to say to me, through me, and for us, right? So just have a little more patience with me on that. I may not even do it anytime soon. So I'm really, really trying to get these messages, and I'm trying to get it, my energy ready, where I can go back to 2 messages a day. But bear with me, okay? So with that being said, hit the notification bell, and so you can always know what's up with the channel. And I'm sending you love, and I'm sending you healing. Trinity is out.